Good morning. This is Lars Olson, and this is today's Quiet Echo. A little girl in Cody, Wyoming had a birthday party last week, and nobody came. I have not been able to stop thinking about it, and I want to tell you why, because the why of it is not the part you would ever guess. She was turning 7 years old. Her family had only moved to town back in the winter, so they did not know a great many people yet. She went ahead and invited about 15 children. And then the day itself arrived, and it happened to be the very hottest day of the whole summer, past 100 degrees, and one by one, all through the morning, the invitations came back empty, too hot. In one case, there was a death in the family. Real reasons, every single one of them. And by the time the last child finally begged off, the family was already set up down at the pizza place. The decorations were out. A big cake was bought and sitting on the table. And the birthday girl was sitting there in an empty little arcade with her brothers and her sisters, and no guests at all. So her mother did a small and a desperate thing. She got herself onto the town's page on Facebook and she asked, just plainly, whether anybody at all with children might swing by, so her daughter would not have to spend her whole birthday alone. 15 minutes. Inside of 15 minutes, more than 150 people answered her. Whole families got into their cars in 100 degrees of heat and drove down to a pizza place to go sit with a child they had never once met in their lives. They came carrying gifts. A man clear over in Red Lodge, Montana, 2 states away, could not make the drive, so he sent along a little money for a present instead. And one small boy, and I will be honest with you, this is the part I simply cannot get past, went back into his own bedroom, and he looked around at all his own things, and he picked one of them out, and he put it into a gift bag for a girl he did not even know. Now, I fix things and I sell hardware for my living. So I am a man who tends to look real close at how a thing actually works. And what stops me cold about this whole story is the plain arithmetic of it. It is the size of the ask set against the size of the answer. Because the mother, you understand, did not ask for very much at all. She did not ask the town to come raise a barn, or pull a truck up out of a ditch, or get a harvest in ahead of the rain. Nobody was hurt. Nobody's roof had blown off. The thing she asked was almost embarrassingly small. Please. Please do not let a little 7-year-old feel unwanted on her own birthday. And it is exactly the kind of trouble a person feels half ashamed to even say out loud, because it is not a real emergency now is it? And the whole town turned around and treated it like one. And there, right there, is the very thing I want you to see this morning. A community is not simply a bunch of people who show up when the building is burning down. Why, most anybody alive will do as much. A real community is people who decide a child's small, quiet heartbreak is a thing worth getting up and leaving the air conditioning for. People who hear a tiny little signal, the exact kind this whole world has trained us our entire lives to just ignore, and who answer it as though a fire siren were going off. The true measure of a town is not what it does about the big, loud troubles. It is what it does about the small, quiet ones nobody on earth would ever blame you for walking straight past. And here is what I keep on coming back to, standing there behind my counter. Not one bit of it happens if the mother does not first ask. We are very good, most of us, at the answering part. You tell us plainly a person needs help, and here we come running. But what we are just terrible at, and I will put my own name at the top of the list, is the asking part. We will sit there in the empty arcade, with our decorations all out, and our hearts quietly breaking, long before we will ever get up and say to our own neighbors, right out loud, I need you. Would you please come? It feels like weakness to us. It feels like standing up and admitting the party failed, but it is the very opposite of weakness. The mother's small and brave little ask is the entire reason 150 people got the chance to be good the day it happened. She did not only get her daughter a birthday party, she handed her whole town the rare chance to be the exact thing it always hoped it was. So if you are sitting somewhere this morning with your own decorations out, and nobody at all is coming, then I will tell you just what I would tell any soul standing at my counter, unsure whether they ought to trouble me. Ask. The answer is so very often just waiting there on the question. And your town is a good deal kinder than your own fear of the asking will ever let you believe. And you know, I keep picturing the one small boy standing in his room weighing his own things in his hands, deciding which one was good enough to give away to a stranger. Nobody made him do it. Nobody was watching. He just understood, the way children sometimes understand better than we do, how you answer a small sadness with something of your own. Somewhere in Cody, tonight, a little boy is one toy poorer, and I cannot think of a single richer town in all of America. The front porch is open. When did you finally ask for help, and who answered? Come and tell us. And if we get something wrong, tell us, and we will run the correction. The readers of the Cedar Valley News are gathering to share their stories and keep company with respect and no party lines. Come sit with us. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Lars Olson, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people and town of Cedar Valley are fictional, the events described here are real and took place in Cody, Wyoming, in July of 2026. After a 7-year-old's birthday invitations were all declined, her mother asked her community for help, and more than 150 people responded within minutes, some bringing gifts, including one boy who gave a toy of his own. The account was first reported by Cowboy State Daily. Some details have been left out to respect the family's privacy.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.